Hello, and welcome to this learning journey, Building Foundations of the Partner Business Development Representative role. I'm Ada, an AI avatar who will be delivering many of the lessons you will be taking. In this first lesson, you'll learn about the vital role that business development representatives, or BDRs, play in driving strategic sales opportunities for organizations. You'll learn what a BDR is, why they are essential to businesses, the characteristics of top-performing BDRs, and common success metrics. So what is a BDR and what do they do? Business development representatives create and manage a pipeline of opportunities through outreach methods such as email, telephone prospecting, face-to-face networking, and social selling. They then hand over these opportunities to sales representatives who are then responsible for furthering the sales cycle and winning the customer's business. As a BDR, you are a pivotal member of a company's sales process. Your role is critical in initiating contact with prospects and nurturing relationships to drive sales growth. Let's take a deeper dive into the activities you will carry out. As a BDR, one of your primary responsibilities is to find new opportunities through various outreach methods such as email, cold calling, networking, and social selling, and hand them over to your sales colleagues for more in-depth engagement. Let's take a look at how this process might play out. It starts off with you acquiring a list of accounts. Accounts are companies that could benefit from your SAP offering. From these accounts, you will find specific contacts or individuals at these companies that you will reach out to and engage with. You can have one or multiple contacts from each account that you are engaging with. Those contacts that you succeed at having further conversations with are called leads. There's another group of leads that you need to engage with. They're called Marketing Qualified Leads, or MQLs, and have reached out to your company in response to marketing activities. For example, they might provide their contact information to gain access to a white paper, or they might sign up for an event that you are hosting. Now, what's important to know about these leads is that you're not going to hand over all of them to sales. Why? Because it's very likely that many are not quite ready to do business. They might not have the budget. They might not have the decision-making authority. They might decide that you're not the right fit for their specific needs. They might be just looking and have no intention of making a deal at this point in time. Therefore, another one of your responsibilities is to filter out those leads who are not a right fit and hand over only those who qualify for further engagement. We refer to these qualified individuals as opportunities, sales qualified leads, or SQLs. Once you hand over the opportunities, your sales colleagues are then responsible for taking over the engagements and closing the deals. As you can see, throughout most of this initial engagement with a potential buyer, you as the BDR are their primary contact. However, you will also be called to collaborate with your sales colleagues during handoff. You will learn more about this handoff process in a later lesson. Now that you have an idea of the activities you are responsible for as a BDR, let's look at how your performance might be measured. How will you know if you're performing well? Of course, you need to consistently find opportunities to hand over to your sales colleagues. At a deeper level, however, it's also about the value of these opportunities. Volume of opportunities and/or value of opportunities are the two most common metrics that are likely to be considered by leadership. High-performing BDRs who consistently deliver a steady stream of qualified opportunities and who contribute significantly to sales pipeline are instrumental in driving revenue growth and helping their organizations achieve their sales targets. Software companies typically set sales targets based on annual contract value, or ACV, which is the annual revenue a company will receive from a multi-year customer contract. Understanding this measure can help you see how the targets assigned to you align with your company's financial objectives, ensuring your outreach efforts contribute meaningfully to overall business objectives. That being said, there are other metrics your company might use to track success in addition to these. Let's start with activity metrics, which looks at the activities you are carrying out on a daily basis. Things like number of calls made, emails sent, and meetings scheduled. Activity metrics are collected to determine if you are making the best use of your time. There's also response and engagement rates, which look at how many contacts are responding to and are engaging with your outreach efforts. It can include metrics such as responses to emails or calls, clicks on shared content, and participation in scheduled meetings or demos. Then there's continuous learning. While this metric isn't directly related to getting new customers, it's still important for you and your company. You always need to be enhancing your business development skills and knowledge. We live in a world where the business and technology landscape is changing constantly. Business development techniques that worked in the past might be less effective today. You might need to approach new customer audiences using different strategies. And of course, you need to keep up with SAP's ever-evolving portfolio of solutions, so your customers have all the information they need to move their businesses forward. Including continuous learning as part of your work activities can help ensure that you have access to all the tools and strategies you need to best engage with your buyers, thereby increasing opportunities for conversions. Finally, let's talk about conversion rate. Conversion rate is a key metric that indicates the percentage of prospects who take a desired action, such as moving from one stage of the sales funnel to the next, or ultimately becoming a customer. For a BDR, this typically means the percentage of leads that convert into qualified opportunities, but it can also mean the percentage of opportunities that progress across deal phases or convert into closed business after you've handed the opportunity off to a member of the sales team. Understanding and tracking your conversion rate helps you measure the effectiveness of your outreach efforts and helps you identify areas for improvement. To calculate the conversion rate, use the following formula. Conversion rate equals the number of conversions divided by the number of total leads multiplied by 100. Put differently, you could calculate conversion rate by determining the number of leads you have reached out to, counting the number of those leads that have converted into sales qualified opportunities, dividing this second result from your first, and then multiplying by 100. So if you reached out to 250 leads and 25 of them converted into sales qualified opportunities, your conversion rate would be 25 divided by 250 multiplied by 100, which equals 10%. That means 10% of your leads converted into sales qualified opportunities. One last thing to mention, while volume of opportunities and value of opportunities are the two most common metrics that your leadership will most likely measure, your overall performance will likely be based on a combination of these metrics, each weighed differently. For example, the volume and value of opportunities might each be weighed at 40%, your conversion rate at 10%, and the remaining metrics combined for the last 10%. In addition, there might be other company-specific metrics not mentioned here that may be used to assess your performance. Let's now take a look at the skills demonstrated by high-performing BDRs. But don't worry if you don't have them all just yet. You'll have plenty of opportunities to develop and strengthen these skills over time. Strong communication skills. An effective communicator is articulate and persuasive, clearly and confidently communicating the value that their SAP offering and their company can provide. They can speak to the needs of potential customers. They're experts at building sales relationships, and they can confidently dispel doubts that their contacts might bring up. Resilience and persistence. This person shows resilience in the face of rejection and is persistent in their follow-up efforts. They are driven, and they are able to maintain focus and motivation in a competitive environment. Strategic thinking and planning. A strategic mindset helps to better identify opportunities, prioritize efforts, and align with broader business goals. It leverages research, data analysis, and planning. It uncovers opportunities for growth, and it's what's needed to design and execute sales campaigns. Empathy and listening skills. Understanding customer pain points and actively listening to their needs are fundamental for offering tailored solutions. Someone with the capacity for empathy, curiosity, and the ability to ask insightful questions will better uncover the specific needs that customers have. Goal-oriented and results-driven. Goal-driven individuals focus on measurable outcomes, driving them to consistently meet and exceed targets. They have evolved organizational, planning, and time management skills, which allows them to effectively manage pipeline, nurture leads, and lead potential customers along the sales cycle. Finally, there's adaptability and learning agility. Someone who is comfortable adapting to new tools and market dynamics can build a proactive approach to learning and development. They'll find new ways to enhance their skills, stay updated with industry trends, and adapt to changing market conditions. As you can see, your role as BDR is so important to the success of your company's sales engine. Building a healthy pipeline of leads and opportunities is crucial because it increases the chances for closed deals. And by diligently reviewing your performance across various activities and measures, you'll have the information and insight you need to continuously improve in your work. Not only that, you'll develop some valuable skills in communication, planning, and agility, which you'll keep with you and use throughout your professional career.